Hey guys, it's time for my end of summer garden tour, so I'm just going to crack into it straight away. I think I normally start over here. This bed is looking very tired. I did talk about ripping all of this out and starting again, which I think I might do next spring. Hollyhocks, pyrethrum, campanula, a few leftover calendula. I've been pulling those out. The purple passion is looking very tired and I think that needs to go. This is a dahlia. It's quite late coming up and it's only just starting to flower now. Pansies also looking a bit tired in there. Dwarf hydrangea. And then here is the side area. This osteospermum is looking amazing. I'm putting that in more places because it blooms all year round and it stays green and it's really lush and really easy. You just chuck it in and it goes. In fact, I just need to hack it back at some points. I left some of these hydrangea blooms on because I like how they look. Achillea, those are hollyhocks. This hydrangea is so not happy. It's never been happy since I planted it. So I'm not sure what to do. I need to look into what it needs in terms of fertilizers and try and baby it along. It was the same size as these and you can see it just hasn't grown. Another hydrangea. This is my bridal bouquet hydrangea, same as that one, which are white. They start out like a creamy white, then they go pure white, then they get tints of blue, and then they go kind of green and burgundy like that. Buddleia is still flowering. As you can see, the butterflies love it. That's another hydrangea. The last of the cosmos. Hydrangea. This cosmos is broken. I need to just take it out. Another hydrangea. My Ko-Fi is struggling for life in there somewhere. Loads of weeds. Still haven't painted the bench. The Acer has kind of come back to life over here, just at the bottom. Lots and lots of weeds. I need to shift mulch, but it's just been so hot. On this side I've got a bit of Achillea there, Daphne, Alyssum, roses, dwarf roses. There's a Hebe in there I think, or a Escallonia. Roses. This bindweed just gets through everything and it's impossible to pull out. It just breaks off, like if you pull it out at the soil, it just breaks off on the root and it keeps coming up. Here is the shade bed. This actually looked quite nice in the summer. Got some weeds in there. This is still the dwarf stock from last year. Still blooming, still happy. Same with that. I love that all of the cyclamen are blooming now. They look so pretty. These are all of the bargain cyclamen that I bought last year. Brunnera. This Dicentra was late coming up. That's never flowered. It's supposed to flower. My hosta's about had it. This dahlia came up late as well, but that's flowering quite nicely. I need to deadhead it. Cyclamen. And then this bed, the Acer is dead. The Argonum is going crazy. I need to cut that back. This is a Zinnia. There's Cosmos all the way through here that's self-seeded from last year. I had Echinacea at the back. I've deadheaded some of them and I've left the others. There was Candy Tuft in there that I've pulled out. Excuse the piping from the pool. I think I might pull out the Dianthus because they are pretty, but they need deadheading a lot or else they look really ugly with all the dead stuff on them, and I'm trying to make my garden more low maintenance, so I'm maybe pulling those out. And here we have more zinnias, calendula. Look how it seeded itself all the way through the bed. I'll leave that till spring and then probably pull it out. Hollyhocks, foxgloves, that's self-seeded. this dahlia. It's really pretty. It's like two-tone. I know I promised you guys a greenhouse tour, and I will do it, but it's just been one thing after another. It was too hot to get in there. There are things I still need to finish. So unfortunately that's probably going to be next spring. Sorry. Cleared out that bed. This bed's had a bit of a tidy up. There's a great big nightshade growing in there that I need to pull out. And then coming around to the jungle. This is the last of the tomatoes. These are my yams. I never earthed them up, so we'll see what I get out of that. The courtyard garden is looking a bit wild. Half of that is flowers, half of that is weeds. But the cosmos is doing well. There's asters in there. Penstemon, that's always quite happy. Some self-seeded foxgloves back there. This is all Achillea double pearl or yarrow. More tomatoes, well, what's left of them. And then show you from this angle. That is all pumpkin vines. It's just taken over. I can't walk between the beds. It's absolutely crazy. There's a few cucumber plants in here, what's left of them. I think they finished producing now, but you can see the pumpkins just come across from the other beds. It's everywhere. It's just spreading. You can see some fallen peaches. This is a peach tree, but it's never really been much of a producer. This is butternuts in this bed. You can see a few. There's a massive one there. Oop. There's quite a few in there. The last of the watermelons. We did get a few. They're quite good. I don't know if I'll bother again. I didn't have any luck last year, and this year they weren't very big and they weren't very sweet. I think they just need a longer growing season than I could give them. Pumpkins spreading everywhere. The corn didn't do well at all. In fact, I didn't even harvest any. This, I've got a sage bush in there, I've got a few things that are planted, and then the rest is just weeds. See if I can get through here. No, I can't. I'm trapped. Okay, that's the last of the tomatoes. Our Photinia or red robin hedge is growing quite nicely. This will eventually be that tall, and when you look out of the guest house window you won't see the side of the neighbour's garage. Okay, let's see if I can fight my way through here. I have to go over the bed. Okay, I'm kind of ashamed to show you the berry cage, which is chest high, in fact roof high, with weeds. I didn't have any mulch for the longest time, and then when I did, it was way too hot to be working in the garden. I've cleared this bed, or most of it. Started cutting back the zucchini. The last of the tomatoes. Some of them blew down in the cyclone. This was full of weeds. I cleared this bed this morning, most of the weeds. It's kind of mulched with leaves. Still got the kind of compost pile behind there. I'm going to leave that to rot down. I now get a green waste collection every 2 weeks. Like, we just signed up for a green waste bin, so I'm going to let all of that rot down and then use that next spring, because I was just piling more and more on top of it, and I wasn't actually turning the pile, and the compost was, I mean, it's like probably black gold at the bottom, but I could never get to it, so we'll see. Trash back there, you know the drill. These are my hazelnut trees. I don't think we've got any hazelnuts this year. Nothing much has changed back here. These are all olive trees that were cut down. I need to trim them back. This is the grapevine. Grant has trained it to 1 level. We were given this because somebody that we know was trying to kill it and he kept cutting it back and it kept coming up, so he just in the end dug up the root and gave it to us, and it just never wants to die. So we've got it trained all the way going that way and quite a long way that way. We haven't had any grapes off it yet, but we're just training it at this stage. This bed, I've got that far with it. I was going to continue it. A few weeds, but mostly not looking too bad. Got some dianthus there. This is Sweet William. I think this is all forget-me-nots through here. Guess we'll know next spring. This is all impatiens. All of these were grown from seed. Zinnias, a few weeds. This is Commelina, Sleeping Beauty. Such a beautiful blue color. This is my herbaceous border. Got some cosmos there. In amongst here are, that's a Photinia. There are camellia. This is going to be a big camellia hedge eventually, but in the meantime I've just planted mainly annuals just so it didn't look so bare. Last of the hollyhocks. This is Achillea double pearl, bergamot, agastache, more bergamot. This is asters. Some beautiful colors, look at this. Some lovely purple ones spilling out here. Got more hollyhocks all along there. This is Zinnia Giant Wine. These are Zinnia's Cinderella Lilac. There's a butterfly with a bit of cocoon still on its back, or chrysalis still on its back. This is snapdragons. What are they calling? This variety is Lucky Lips. Marigolds. I love these dark ones. They're so pretty. And our mandarin tree seems to be growing at last. Oh, it's got stuff on it. Oh dear. Aphids or something. More zinnias, more bergamot. Pile of branches because Grant took out that tree. It was one tree but with a double trunk, and it was crashing into the oak and they were kind of competing, so he's taken that out because we wanted to prioritize the oak. My mulch pile that I need to distribute into the beds. This is the pear tree that we lost a few years ago and it came back, but then we had a pile of wood all around it, so I couldn't branch train it, so it's all just kind of sticking straight up. So I'll probably have to prune that in the winter. We only have 2 apple trees here. We lost the 3rd one because of the wet year we had last year. Most of these have had codling moth, but we do have a few. These are probably about ready for harvest. The pool has been drained, probably prematurely, because it's been pretty hot. But we have drained it, we just need to clean it, dry it and pack it away. It's going to be moved somewhere else next year. This bed has some weeds, some scabiosa, stock, asters, alyssum, achillea, that is gonna go, that's a firepower, that's gonna go red. Hydrangea. This bed, because it's so dry, there's a concrete pad under there. I have started putting succulents into it. So hopefully they'll grow and spread, and I'm going to propagate some more and then fill that up with succulents. I've planted a geranium, a different geranium, another one there, and that's a daisy bush. These are all from cuttings. Some weeds, some hydrangeas. So we keep our bins. I'll show you the side bed quickly before I go around the back there. So all just weeds, scabiosa, pansies. I really like this one. Some more succulents under there. Just odds and ends, it's pretty untidy though. Ooh. So going back this way, the worm farm did not work out. I mean, it's full of kind of compost that I need to use, but the worms all died, so we're not going to bother with that again. And then this is where the pool is going to go, so we have our work cut out for us next year. There's a lot of weeds to pull, rocks to shift, a lot of leveling. It's going to be so much work. But if we put it here, then it's a lot easier to fence it, and it's kind of more private. But that's another job for another day. And then we're right back to the front. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my tired garden at the end of summer. Some pretty flowers still, but a lot of tidying up that needs to be done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.